Adofunum so watch a video of some judge openly throwing a challenge to Afenyo Makin concerning the Facebook post on LGBTQ now. It wasn't long. Some judge had to leave the studios, but Miracles Dennis Aboagye still had to reply. Some judge yanko the studios na yanko ti reply Miracles Dennis Aboagye Edema Honorable Samuel Nate George.
Thank you and good morning to my senior brothers. You see, the reason why I needed time to talk about this LGBTQI is because there's history. And some judge and a few of the NDC friends are trying to deflect the issues and taking the conversation out of context because they know what it does to them. No pretense here. If there is one single thing that catapulted the NDC into power in 2024, LGBTQI will be part. In fact, if you should pick the 5 things that catapulted them and gave them a certain high level of goodwill, it will be LGBTQI. They lied about it. They did propaganda about it. They spun the issues on LGBTQI.
What did they lie about?
I'll come to it. So bad so that at some point, even if you are minding your business and you're polling station chairman of MPP, you are seen in a certain light. Even at the time when there was a bill that was proposed by both sides of the house. And that is why I find it extremely hypocritical when the NDC, especially Sam George and his friends, want us to make it look like it's okay, a law has been passed, let's just move. It's dangerous. And it's marks of a group of people who are not interested in anything in this country but just politics. I'll tell you why. We're all in this country. When something started going on around the country, you wake up in the morning, some people have mounted billboards, some people are flying flags. In fact, let me remind you, probably refresh your mind. What brought the heat in this conversation was when a certain office was set up
around Hacho
on LGBTQI. That is what actually sparked the conversation and then eventually brought the whole country around a certain bill. Nobody from the MPP side, or let me say the MPP, I won't say nobody, MPP and NDC made up of a lot of people, but the MPP as an organization and government has never for once been against the LGBTQI bill. There is no record of the president or any minister of state or even members of parliament as a group saying that as far as MPP we're against the bill. None. In fact, for the record, the bill was not championed by Sam George. It was championed by Sam George and other members of parliament, including MPP members of parliament.
One MPP
yes, 2024.
7
Then the bill was put in parliament. When the bill was put in parliament, members from both sides expressed views. In fact, lawyers from the NDC side actually expressed certain views on the LGBTQI bill. I was on TV3, I remember, and I told them that I am for anything that ensures that my little child is not exposed to this nonsense. However, I am against certain clauses in the law that criminalizes you, Umar Sanda, and I being sent on an assignment in Tamale and want to go and sleep at Modern City. Our money, we want to save one and use one, and we are going to be charged for some crime. I was against that. I was against so many other aspects of the law. That is what everybody heard us talk about. Not just me, other citizens of the country said that there are certain aspects of the law. That includes even how lawyers can conduct themselves when it comes to issues of LGBTQI, how civil society organizations, how experts can talk about the matter. Because in that law as it was passed in 2024, or as it was being discussed in 2024, included things that did not make sense. Not once did Sam George acknowledge these legitimate concerns of these people. All he said was that pass the bill, pass the bill, pass the bill. And people kept saying the bill is dangerous. This morning, when you asked him a question about the experts, the water down on experts and why they have removed it and made it an exemption, you heard his response. He said that, but there's a NACA law and there's something in our directive principles of state principle policies that actually frowns on certain values, and so it makes up for it. Sam George, in 2024, when his attention was being drawn by Richard Sky and Co, that there are laws in this country, as you mentioned earlier, that already are against this LGBTQI thing. Do you know what he said? He said, if you think these laws are there, then why do you have a problem in aggregating and consolidating all of these different laws into one law? But you see today, he's referencing a NACA law, which is separate, and saying that that could be used, using constitution to control experts and their views on LGBTQI. So that is where our concern is at the moment. Because based on these things, which were legitimate concerns, which today you agree with, you went on the street of Accra and called another Danko Ekufa the Trumutu man. Those were the words you used. Trumutu man. Trumutu. You called MPP Trumutu party. You went to Asin North and told them that if you don't vote against the MPP candidate, they would not pass an anti-Trumutu law because MPP supports Trumutu.
Jesus.
To the extent that even me, Miracles, that I love girls, love women. When I see women,
men candidate.
No, like you and like myself and Umaru, the way we see women and we are happy.
No.
Don't question him again.
I was going go on your front of your own. Continue.
All of a sudden, because I'm MPP, when I step out, people like Sam George and Co have made it look like all of a sudden, even me, I'm gay. That is how bad the situation was, and that is why some of us will not allow Sam George and Co to take the conversation out of context.
But what have they
now
done?
Wait, relax. Now fast forward, the law was passed in the midst of all the concerns that were raised. The law was passed without Sam George and Co acknowledging these concerns by Richard Sky, Amanda Gajeko and Co. Without they acknowledging, they passed the law, and he passed the law with so much grin and excitement, and said that it must be punitive. In fact, I have a video of Sam George here saying that even that law that we passed is not punitive enough, and that when he goes to Uganda, even Museveni, what's the name? Yoweri Museveni, that is not liked, has even passed a law that includes death, and that our law is not even punitive enough because Uganda has death as part of the punishment. Now you come into office. Now let me even put, before I even get there, the law has been passed. When the law was passed, immediately the law was passed, Richard Sky went to court. And Richard Sky went to seek certain reliefs. The reliefs were clear. One of the reliefs sought to block Parliament from even transmitting the bill to the president. One of the reliefs they were seeking to. When I read the Supreme Court ruling this morning, it was quite clear. Now, the president at the time was written to, and there's this letter I keep hearing them saying, making it look like Akufo-Addo didn't want to sign. Akufo-Addo never anywhere said that he wasn't going to sign the law. He never said it anywhere. Akufo-Addo never said anywhere that he had a personal opinion on the law. The Attorney General wrote to the president, which is in the cease and desist letter, telling him that, Mr. President, I have been served with an application that is seeking to bar me and you from attempting to assent to the LGBTQI bill, which is true, the Richard Sky application. And there is also an application, the same application is also seeking to bar Parliament from even transmitting the law to you.
Yeah.
Mr. President, my advice to you, and you are a lawyer, my advice to you is that, you are a law student. My advice to you is that when there is such application, you are preemptively barred from taking any action on the matter.
So don't touch it.
Remember, if you read the Richard Sky application, it was preemptive. Yeah. In fact, the Supreme Court judges said it, that he was only preemptive, that if he doesn't act, the thing will be transmitted. Okay. So the Attorney General wrote and advised the President. All the President did was to write to Parliament, the Speaker. Remember, Parliament is also laws of their own, and said that this is what my Attorney General has advised me on. My advice is that I'm not going to flaunt on the laws because I'm being barred now by this application. So don't transmit to me. Remember, Parliament was not under obligation to listen to the President. And that's something that people also refuse to realize. And they put the entire thing in Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo only wrote to you that don't transmit to me. The laws allow you to transmit your bill when you finish to me. I am only drawing your attention to what the Attorney General has told me and what the laws are. You could have ignored my letter because that is not, you are not on the only obligation to
still transmit
it to me. So that if it gets to me and I refuse to sign, then I'll be held responsible for it. When the letter was sent to Parliament, the Speaker of Parliament did not transmit the bill to the President.
Yeah.
So as at 2024 7 December, Akufo-Addo had received no bail from the Parliament of Ghana, and yet Sam George and his people, till date, made it look as if Akufo-Addo refused to sign a certain bill.
When he never.
As it stands now, has Mahama received a bill?
No.
How can we say Mahama has refused to sign a bill?
His secretary did not write to say don't bring it to me.
Because there's been no injunction served on the secretary.
Was it necessary for the secretary to have written to Parliament to say
it was
don't send it to me?
Yes, it was very necessary.
If you know that the procedure is that when you pass a bill, you bring it, you should have waited when the bill is brought.
It was very necessary. That is why if you read the letter very well, the secretary quoted laws. Yes. So read and pay attention to the laws first.
I have seen that.
Exactly. So it was very necessary. But when you received that letter as Parliament, you were not under any obligation to respect that letter. If indeed you didn't think that the letter was making sense, you would have dispatched the bill to them. Okay. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. If you didn't think that the laws he was referencing and the laws he was referring to made sense, you would have gone ahead and sent
so
it
blame Parliament, not Akufo-Addo.
No, don't blame Parliament, don't blame Akufo-Addo, blame our laws.
Okay.
Our laws are clear. If somebody takes a certain action, and even especially with the kind of action Richard took, it was a preemptive action. Anything you did would have hurt the reliefs we were seeking if he was granted those reliefs. You understand what I'm saying? So it was very important that anybody that believes in rule of law would actually respect that cease and desist letter, unless you seek to do the things Sam George and co were doing. Now, Akufo-Addo didn't receive the law. So for the record, nobody should ever say that Akufo-Addo did not sign anti-LGBTQI law.
But he did not sign.
Parliament was the law didn't get to him.
It didn't get to him.
No, but he did not have any law.
Yeah, so he did not sign.
Please.
So I'll give you.
He did not have any law. How do I sign something that I don't have?
Okay, continue.
What was there for him to sign?
Dennis, continue.
There was nothing there for him to sign.
Okay.
You understand? And that is the dishonesty that the NDC peddled. Akufo-Addo did not sign a law. Has Mahama signed any law barring teachers from wearing uniform? Because there's no law like that before Mahama. Okay. What sense is there would there be for a teacher to go and say Mahama did not sign a law barring us from wearing uniform? Is there a law before Mahama to sign barring teachers from wearing uniform? Akufo-Addo had no law before him. Okay. For him to even determine whether he would sign or not. Then they said that if it was dispatched to him, then he would have made his concerns known. Akufo-Addo never said in his cease and desist letter that he personally had a concern. Was anything there like that?
So let's proceed from there.
No, I'm coming. But it's important. That part is very important. Yes. There was nowhere in the cease and desist letter that Akufo-Addo said that he had a personal view on the law. He didn't say that. In fact, he referenced Amanda and Richard Sky.
Yes.
In a cease and desist letter. So nobody should create that impression. But that is something that the NDC benefited from. Now you've benefited hugely from this. You've come to power. When you came to power, before you come to power, you made a promise to the people. You said, and the president himself said it, I will sign the law. That's what he said. I will sign the law. He never said, I will sign a revised law. I will sign the law.
Yes.
As brought to him by Parliament.
Yes. Sam George said that if the President Mahama fails to sign the law, he was going to demonstrate or whatever. Now you've come. Just take that law that you so much believed in. The law you believed was even weak because it didn't include death penalty. Just take it to the president. You take it to Parliament. Then do you know what they have done? The same issues that Richard Sky, Amanda, and so many other people, including myself, were raising are the issues that now you are going to remove. Remember that in 2024, Akufo-Addo didn't even have majority in Parliament. So a lot of the Parliament control was more or less balanced. Now you have absolute control. You don't even need the minority to do anything. You're going to remove the things that you were forcing Akufo-Addo to sign. The thing that you are calling Akufo-Addo names for not signing. You're going to make changes.
They're being progressive. That's how the country.
So thank God for the Akufo-Addo's vision. If that is even the case, it means that Akufo-Addo had. No, I'm just making a point. If you are saying that they were being progressive, it means that those who were against it, including myself, had the vision and foresight that Sam George and Co. and those in Parliament now didn't have.
They said they've just given it further meat.
They've actually reduced the meat. If you go and remove things from the tin, what have you done? How is further meat when you remove the tin?
You have not removed. They have explained further.
They have not.
They have taken steps to clarify.
I beg you. So you knew that Richard Sky was right.
No,
you knew that Amanda was right.
Yes.
You knew that those who were raising.
If you say you've enhanced it, then it means those who were raising those concerns back then are right. So why were you forcing the president at the time, Akufo-Addo, to sign it? If you were forcing him to sign it and he didn't, It didn't get to him for him to sign. Okay, now you are in power. It is a president, is in your party. Just take the bill exactly as it is. And now Pese Kufuor sign. Take it exactly as it is because you wanted the Kufuor to sign, right? Yes, so take it exactly as it is. Never come President John Mahama. Now on signing the said pepe. But when you remove all those things that people were raising concerns about, Intiano Mum Pese Kufuor do best signing. May you sign your money free man, and what are you talking about?
Raising concerns like myself then. Raising concerns about some of these things were right.
They said they subjected it to the constitution, and people like Richie Sky were not fully satisfied. So that's why now they've decided to break it down.
Yeah, but so then, if that is the case, then why is it that when Richie Sky and Co went to court, seeking to bring these same things down, you were all over the country insisting that Kufuor do the issue, ignore all those things and sign. Why are you doing the water down?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's notwithstanding. You have done whatever you have to do. Take it to the president to sign. You have confusion now amongst yourself. This one MPP cry is not part of. Because we don't even matter. You've passed the thing alone.
Yeah.
Because we believe that whatever you promise the people is what you should deliver. Even though I was against the clauses, you were for it. And you won the elections on the back of those things that you were for. So me, I am not for you removing anything from the law at this point. You made a promise. You must live by it. Now you have gone back to remove it. Your speaker disagrees with your majority leader. Your majority leader disagrees with your speaker. And you guys are now fighting, and your president himself is not ready to sign.
He never said.
But did the Kufuor also say so? Okay. Did the Kufuor say so?
Very well.
Your president is in London making excuses.
He's not making excuses.
He's not a member of parliament.
He's not making excuses.
What is he doing? He hasn't only put it on paper.
He
said
that.
I keep telling you that I'm very intelligent too. I won't lie to you. I'm a very intelligent guy. You know what the way they say it in Chi?
Okay.
Kufuor put what Mahama is saying on paper.
That's the only difference.
That's the only difference. Kufuor put what Mahama is saying on paper.
So one is verbatim, one is text.
But when you go to court, unverbal submissions also accepted.
They accepted.
So what are you talking
about? It's called viva voce.
He has basically sent a cease and desist notice to Parliament that they are supposed to do. They said there are some processes, procedural issues, and so he's hoping that they will resolve those issues. It's a cease and desist, except that it's not on a green letterhead. It doesn't mean that Mahama has refused to sign, because I am too intelligent to behave like the way Sam George and Co behaved by saying that Mahama hasn't signed when I know that the law is not before Mahama.
Thank you.
So to contextualize this conversation as I end,
I want it to end, please.
The hypocrisy of the NDC is quite glaring. They lied on the Kufuor and the MPP. Yeah. They misled the entire country into thinking that they love this country so much that they were passing a certain law and the Kufuor and Co were against, only for them to come and attempt to water down the law. He talks about amendment. There are 31 amendments. I have the entire list here. I can take you through it. 31 amendments. How does it make sense that the law that you so much championed, all of a sudden you, the same person, must work on it, and you remove 31 of the things from the same law? Then all of a sudden your president should sign. The president that promised us that he was going to sign the 2024 bill, all of a sudden he's saying that there are procedural issues, so go back. That's hypocrisy. Is what people are calling out.
Thank you so much. That's Dennis Miracle Aboagye. I have
hypocrisy. Is what people are calling out.
Dennis Wate. I don't need to say anything. Dofun Wankasa Mate. Dennis' submission, and it's all clear. Say Parliament has set up a bill. Now coming up with a bill, say president and sign it. Now citizens be any minority, then not even the minority, because they all had the same number of parliamentarians. Citizens be raising concern, say there are a lot of things in this bill wrong, and mahu kwan say president be sign it. The bill didn't even get to President Kufuor to sign. It is signed a number so. Nemomuno, Sam George and other parliamentarians, including the then opposition president Mahama, said when he comes in power, he's going to sign this bill exactly as it is. It is a ne maba power the anka wasa mu ye ni se send the bill ni tia na nka mpese Ekufuado sign no ufa ne saa de koma John Mahama na nka ordinance etim so ni ehu se nsema mo kan ye no modi so pepepe na we die mo ba ye no enye ade baako enye nioma mienu enye miensa enye nnan enye num enye du nioma baako 31 ana moye free the same bill that you wanted Ekufuado to sign to become a law. Nioma baako 31 ana moye free afide mpesa mo de koma President John Mahama no sign na mpesa mo trese Ghana for ejimia anansade yamfa mo nsi ahanum say whatever you think about this issue no full comment section hono ye besan so ehia biom in the next one.